This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. It'll go game's first play, second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking. Having leverage lower than the offensive. Set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Come on now, let's go.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now and then, open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First and 10. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Another plays.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. 6 plays got them down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got his man, it's Eifert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Randy Bullock now. He'll go for the field goal. From the right hash here. Should be... Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone. They begin with a run by Mixon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now it's Mixon running right. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton to the left side here for Eifert. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And this is away. It's a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go, D. Check nine, check nine.
On second down, Mixon. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case...
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first.
Let's go. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. To the left side here for Eifert. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And all the way up to the 47-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 45 yards. What a big run there to get out from the shadow of their own end zone. The defense is probably thinking, hey, let's pin them deep. Not the case.
You're exactly right. When I played, we used to have a defensive coordinator in these situations who would call the defense and tag onto it, get a safety, push them back. And sometimes you overcommit on defense, and it worked against them in this play. Offense worked it out very, very well.
And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that.
Throwing, Dalton. This one hauled in by Sample. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Dalton here from the gun. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the... And defensively, they're just looking to keep him to go in the first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Too little, check 43.
Here's Dalton. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
57. Rip right. 57's Mike 57. Coming to you.
On first down, Mixon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a tip. And now due to a pair.
Hands up, lead. Mike 59. They gonna need some therapy after this. Watch the safety.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give the tackle there to Gerald Hodges.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Good job, man. Good job.
So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And Dalton to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
That's it. Big hit. Hands up. Danny.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. And he goes down. Dalton couldn't get rid of it, and that will be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone...
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Dalton sets up play action. And that's complete. It's Green here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. On first down, Mixon. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
I got you. I got you.
Play action here with Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Passing, it's Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 25 yards out. And Bullock will put this one through, and that'll get the deficit back to 6.
Check 56. Bring it. Bring it.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Andy Dalton looking sideline, incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again, Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10. Another chance for Dalton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. So Dalton now. Open man is Ross, complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
And they'll get him down as he's inside. The 40. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. This will be Dalton again. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And a decent effort, but they'll mark him down about 3 yards shy of the first.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Dalton now to pass. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. He's got Green. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Eric Armstead. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw here, Dalton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Dalton. And that will be incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, they seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns. Them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
They'll try on fourth. Here's Dalton looking for the end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done, really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for San Francisco, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.